No matter what you see on this show, you have to always remember that these are wild animals. They are not pets, and any interaction you may see between myself or anybody else here with these animals are people that know them. It is not to be taken lightly. These are not pets. This is not for anybody to do. This is for experienced people. They are still wild animals. Always remember that.
Hernia, then it will just continue getting bigger. His intestines will get entrapped in there, and that's what we were worried about. And that's why I was hoping that it would push back in. And
The Exotic Feline Rescue Center was founded by Joe Taft in 1991 to help protect abused and mistreated exotic felines. With the illegal trade of these big cats increasing at an alarming rate in North America, the center has grown from 3 big cats and 15 acres to over 200 exotic felines and more than 100 acres of property.
I'm tired, I'm angry, I'm worried, but I'm never bored.
Welcome to Joe's Big Cat Kingdom.
Today's pumpkin party for the cats. We fill the pumpkins with meat and we let the cats out to them, and every cat has a very different reaction. We don't know what that's going to be. Sometimes the reaction is nothing. So people are really excited about it. The cats get fairly excited about it, and it should be a good time today. And then we start regular tours.
Okay.
And once you've already paid for pumpkin party, you don't have to pay for a regular tour. Yep.
Okay.
Nope.
Right.
You can just come right back in for a regular tour.
Okay, thank you.
Enjoy it, guys. It's a big crowd. People get to kind of walk on their own. We've got people stationed everywhere to answer questions and talk to people. And the cats are put up right now. We will then release the cats out for their pumpkins at a certain time. And my stress level is through the roof, as it always is on major fundraisers like today.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine. You've got your keys. Okay. Thank you, Gene.
Who's more playful?
Tigers.
Do you know which ones of the
There are 3 tigers over there next to 2. It's kind of on the other side of the facility. You can cut through. Yeah, they're some of the best tigers to watch.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, are you hearing, which radio? You've got one of the different ones. Are you hearing me come through when I talk on it? Yes. Okay. Right now I'm making sure all the cats are put up, ready to go, and all the people are okay and ready for everything to happen. Miss Cheyenne. Hi, come here. Cheyenne. Come here. I told you we put a treat in there. Are you gonna come get it? Good girl. Good girl.
We're getting ready to let the cats out. They've given them all pumpkins stuffed with meat. Who wants a pumpkin when you got a swimming pool?
Ginger spots a pumpkin near Henry. She quickly apologizes for being rude.
every single one had a different reaction. You know, some of them went out there and just started eating the food out of the pumpkins. Some of them we got a little playful. You know, everyone was different. And I'm just hoping that people can learn a lot about these animals, you know, walk around, see them, enjoy the place, and maybe come back again.
We have been doing this for several years. I don't really remember when we started this. It's been so long ago. You know, we try and do various activities that will enrich the lives of the animals, and this is one of those.
Dr. Froderman stops by to take a look at Tigger, a sick adult male tiger.
He started having symptoms, what, about the middle of the winter, wasn't it? Yeah. You know, just a lot of nasal congestion and snot and sneezy, and you know, we didn't want to immobilize him when it was really cold. Just get a closer look at him. Take blood, poke and prod, you know.
We're going to knock him down, pull some blood on him. He's losing weight. Probably has a tumor. We suspect there's probably a tumor in his sinuses. And there's nothing we can do about that. But we'll just feel his belly and see if there's any growths or masses that are abnormal. And even if we find something, there's probably nothing we're going to do about that, because as bad as what his sinus problem is, you know, it would be futile to put him through all that to remove a tumor while he's continuing to deteriorate in his nose. So, and we'll just kind of get an idea how big it is. We'll check his blood work out and then make those final decisions once we get all that information together.
Yeah, that's a pretty active ear twitch.
I told you it was.
Rebecca said don't go in there, but no, nobody listened.
That'll help him go out a little bit more. Tigger came from the Great Cats of Indiana. It's kind of a rundown place that had a lot of animals. We get a lot of conflicting stories about information from these animals. So age-wise, I'd have to look at the records of what we were last told with these guys, but he's mid to late teens.
Beck, did you say the age needs to be on here?
Tigger's cage mates, Kendra and Vaughn, decide to come over and take a closer look.
So we're going to give him fluid under the skin to at least try to get him rehydrated some. So I was feeling up underneath his soft palate up here to see if I could feel any masses, but I don't. No. So if he's got a tumor, it's probably up here in his frontal sinuses. I'm gonna go back and run a little blood work on him in the office.
Rebecca and her team stay with Tigger and administer multiple IVs to help hydrate the tiger.
You can clip that on the carabiner so you don't have to hold it. Going?
Well, I'm getting ready to spin this blood down and My other spinner doesn't work too well, so I'm modifying my big spinner. We want to separate the serum from the red blood cells, red and white blood cells. So I could actually run it without spinning it, but I end up with more errors that way. So I'm just going to take the time to spin it down, and the blood work will evaluate livers, the liver, the kidneys, protein level. Again, I think it goes back to that sinus issue. He's probably in quite a bit of pain. We'll probably start him on some pain medicine and see if that doesn't help. Hard to know for sure, so.
His cage mates are curious. They're concerned. They worry, so they're over here checking it out, checking out what's going on, making sure he's okay.
Basically, the kidneys do not look bad. Kidneys are in pretty good shape. Just evidence of dehydration is really the only thing we're seeing here. And the question is, why is he dehydrated? If his kidneys are working, unless he's just not drinking enough. There's really no way to make him drink more. His kidneys are looking good, his liver's looking good. You know, why is he this dehydrated? Unless he's just not drinking enough.
I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't be. He's moving all around the cage. If he's not, then I
Could be pain, so I'm hoping the tramadol will make him just feel better
Okay.
and see what happens, but he just lost so much weight.
I know he did, but if the blood work looks good, I'm always hopeful. I was not expecting to hear that with what he looks like, so hopefully he responds.
Hopefully he responds.
Blood work looked good, which is really surprising to me with the way he looks. When Fred first came walking over, I was really concerned that he was going to get the pink stuff out and it was going to be over, just with the way Tigger looks. It's perplexing that he looks the way he does and everything looks okay, so we're going to try him on some different medication and see if we can't get him to improve, and we'll just take it one step at a time.
Just have to keep our fingers crossed and see how he responds. Sahib, hi. You notice when I do this, I'm not sticking my fingers in the cage, only up to the cage. Sahib is a golden tabby tiger. Golden tabby tigers are very rare. I'm told there's only about a dozen of them in the world.
A golden tabby tiger is known for its gorgeous fawn-colored fur and light orange stripes. They are sometimes referred to as strawberry tigers due to their strawberry blonde colorations.
This guy was one of 13 tigers that we took from a place in Texas that was supposedly a rescue. Sahib had originally gone to them from New Jersey, where he had belonged to a woman who had a fairly large group of tigers. One of her tigers escaped. When she was closed down a number of years later, this cat was still in what they called a quarantine cage. Little tiny miserable thing. So we were glad to take him and to be able to provide him for the first time in his life a comfortable place to live. Sahib is terrified of snakes. During the summer we have a lot of rat snakes here, big black snakes. And Sahib, you can sometimes see him out in the middle of his enclosure and he will have stopped and he will stands up on his tiptoes and arches his back and backs slowly away from any big snake he encounters. So much for the aggressive hunter-killer tiger.
Much as he's fighting, he's gonna keep pushing that.
Yeah, exactly. I know, big guy.
A 2-week-old injured bobcat cub was found near the Feline Center by 2 mushroom hunters. Joe is not licensed to rehab local wildlife, So he has called on the help of Wild Care Inc., an organization from Bloomington, Indiana that provides professional care to sick, injured, and orphaned wildlife indigenous to Indiana.
Someone brought us this bobcat last week. It was pretty obvious that he had that hernia. And everybody's initial opinion was it should wait till he's a little older, and then it got substantially worse. We are equipped to do that kind of surgery here. Fred's, as you've seen, been with us for a long time and is a heck of a surgeon. So I spoke with people from the Department of Natural Resources and the people from Wild Care, and I said that we would be glad to provide this procedure for the animal.
What I'm planning on doing is trying to reduce the intestine back into the abdomen and close the hole. That's the quick version of it.
We got a pack of sterile gauze over there. Would you mind bringing that over? Oh, it was in front of the incubator?
Wild bobcats have 1 to 6. I mean, they can't even have more than that, but average litters are 2, sometimes 3. They can have more, but a mother has to leave babies for a significant part of the day to be out hunting to get food to keep the whole family supported. So with his hernia, he would have been in a lot of pain, which means he'd be vocalizing a lot more than the other siblings. Normally, bobcat kittens, especially at his age, he was just under a week when he was found, are pretty much silent when mom leaves to go hunting because they can't defend themselves at all at that age. So their survival relies on being quiet and not being found by predators while she's gone. If he was crying all of the time, he would have put the rest of the litter at risk. So she probably had to make the tough call that she could lose her entire group of babies if she didn't abandon this one. So he was taken away from the den and left in the middle of the woods.
Dr. Froderman looks for the small rupture in the abdominal wall.
Okay, hold on. Intestine coming out of an awful small hole.
Yeah.
We need to,
Looks all healthy.
it does look healthy, but we're going to need to make that hole
Yeah,
bigger.
yeah, definitely. That lymph node is going to be in the way.
We've got some swelling there.
Yeah.
Make that hole a little bigger.
We're a wildlife rehabilitation center, so we treat all animals that are native to the state of Indiana with a goal of treating injured and orphaned animals, helping to get them strong and healthy and able to survive and then return them back into the wild. And we also educate the public.
In 2005, bobcats were removed from the Indiana Endangered Species List because of their steady rise in population.
Go ahead and turn his gas down to about 2.5.
We're so close.
There's a little gas in that intestine.
I know.
Push it out and then it'll pop in there. I'm not happy with that.
Do the end of it.
It's hard to feel.
Yeah, I can feel his heartbeat. Go ahead and turn it back down to 2.5. Yeah, I don't, what's that caught on?
Dr. Froderman is having difficulty tucking the tiny intestines back into the small abdominal cavity.
Tiny little area.
You could just pick him up by his back feet and shake him.
Exactly. Is that lymph node gonna have to go? Is that what it's, oh wait. There it is. Got it. That's the edge, right there. I haven't been able to get a hold of it. There we go. Perfect. That's better. There it is. Okay.
All right, doctor. It's looking better by the moment.
I feel like I've got a good, yeah, that side's,
Hold on, let me get another
there
right
it
now.
is. There it is. Kind of big needle. No, did I not get it?
No, you got it.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I want to see something.
I think we're gonna have to
Actually,
close a couple layers.
I'd take this layer in there with
Okay.
me. We got it all back in. What are we gonna do with all this extra skin?
He'll grow into it. That stuff, come here.
Dry him off here. He might be a little bit wet. You get that thing ready to go? That's nice, Gene.
Yeah, we're gonna get that in.
The bobcat cub is given oral pain medication to help with the recovery.
There we go. You know, the big concern is temperature. We want to make sure he doesn't get chilled. Well, we'll leave the sutures in for a week to 10 days, but he'll probably be up moving around in no time. Babies rebound so much quicker than adults.
We're hoping to get him back out into the wild. Bobcats were state endangered in Indiana until very recently. There's only been a few years that they've been off the state endangered list. So their population is just now getting to a viable number of cats. So it's important that he gets back out in the wild and joins that breeding population if at all possible. So that's our hope for him. He's got a ways to go, but first he's got to recover from surgery and then, you know, make sure that he can do everything that's necessary for him to survive. But he made it through pretty well, so we're hoping that he can get back out in the wild and be a father for the next generation.